Just a dream had Narasimha been living abroad. Narasimha of Hyderabad had studied very diligently. He wasn't able to attend a good school but had learned technology. Since he knew data entry, he hoped to get a job in Hyderabad's IT sector. He finally got a job in an IT company where he performed client service work. He used to earn Rs 30 to 35,000 a month. Narasimha's father has a wholesale business of agricultural commodities in Guntur. Narasimha never wanted to work in that field, so he studied and also did some work alongside. His world was turned upside down when the COVID-19 pandemic started. Work from home started in IT companies. The company fired him within 2 months. There were no savings from his job of 3 years. Narasimha also tried to run an Ola taxi service, but that did not work out either. Narasimha didn't feel like going to the village to do wholesale business of chilies. He was in a quagmire. After the COVID-19 pandemic, India's job market has been divided into 2 categories. The first category of people are the ones who have just arrived in the job market, and the second category of people are the ones who have lost work and are in search of employment. People like Narasimha fall in this second category. Will there be anything for people like Narasimha in the government's budget of more than 30 lakh crore rupees? People like Narasimha are neither unorganized labourers registering on the labour portal nor self-employed who had their business and are attempting to get back on their feet. People like him can only get employment in companies that have work and are currently hiring. What's in the budget? There is a very large population of workers in India who do not get any direct benefit from the budget. Companies get tax concessions and incentives from the budgets. Banks are asked to give cheap loans. This is done with the intention that investment will increase employment opportunities for people like Narasimha. The efforts made by the budget after the COVID-19 pandemic did not benefit the service sector to a large extent. The share of service sector in India's GDP is 60% and it is the largest employment provider. With the development of the economy, the service sector expanded and provided employment opportunities to many people. The service sector where Narasimha was employed was the worst affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Data from Centre for Monitoring Indian Economy shows that from March 2020 to December 2021, 50 lakhs jobs in the hotel and tourism sector and 40 lakhs in the education sector have been lost. The previous budget wasn't able to help build these businesses. The repeated waves of COVID-19 have ended many businesses here forever. In the few measures that the government took after the COVID-19 pandemic, workers like Narasimha were given exemption in taking loans from their PF. The government subsidized the PF contribution to their companies, but its effect was limited. The companies in which people like Narasimha work do not have cash flows for more than 5 to 6 months. Therefore, as soon as the lockdown was imposed, their businesses collapsed and the companies closed their operations. In Europe and America, these businesses were also affected in a similar way. But their governments gave direct help to the unemployed and encouraged companies to save jobs so that people's livelihood was not affected. Efforts like paycheck protection, unemployment benefit helped in preventing unemployment in the service sector. Protective policies like these do not exist in India. Just a dream. Some of Narasimha's relatives are in America and Canada. He came to know from them that their governments have given direct help to save employment. If the companies did not deduct the salary, then they were provided allowances from the government. Narasimha knows that he will start getting work only after the economy returns to normal growth. However, there is another problem. When the recession is over, Narasimha will have to learn the work afresh because the techniques will have changed by then. He dreams of getting help from the government for a brief period.